Welcome to Sense of Style. I'm Stuart. 8 fragrances that hit different. And when I say hit different, I mean different and better. Fragrance number 1, this is Stronger With You, absolutely, by Emporio Armani. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I really like the Stronger With You line. This is the Eau de Toilette. I've had it for about 3 years, I think. It's a very strong fragrance and a very luxurious, good fragrance. And I got a chance to try a couple of the other fragrances. I tried Freeze. No, don't get that. And I tried Intensely. That was really nice. But honestly, this one hit different to me because of the rum. So you've got that chestnut and vanilla, which is pretty much like the rest of the line, but the rum made it a little deeper, a little richer, a little better. If you come from like the English Commonwealth, the British Commonwealth, and you've had that pudding, you'll know that adding that rum makes it so much nicer, and that's what absolutely does. And they nailed this one. Fragrance number 2, this is Dior Higher. No, not that kind of higher. This is a little bit outside of the norm for Christian Dior. It hits very different than the type of fruity fragrances that we get today, and it does it in a really good way. A lot of fragrances we have now are fruity gourmands. They're everywhere, and it's a little bit cliche, but this is a fruity fragrance that is fresh. And so when you smell the fruit, and the fruit in this one is pear, it's photorealistic. So it starts with a pear and pear tree. So just imagine sitting under a pear tree. You know, it's a spring, there's a little bit of a breeze. You really get a realistic pear scent. There's a cypress note in here that gives it the freshness. A little bit of aromatic too, but especially early on, you get that photorealistic pear. Yeah, this one hit different in that respect to me, and it's really worth a try. Fragrance number 3, this is Private Incenso by Fragrance World. This is a clone of Velvet Incenso by Dolce & Gabbana. It hits different in an interesting way. Maison, Margiela, and some other houses too, but Maison, Margiela in particular, they tend to capture a moment in time. You know, by the fireplace, at the barber's, jazz club. But these are all like cool moments that are very social. I mean, even at the barber's, you're with your guys, you're talking, you know, you're having a good time. But Private Incenso and Velvet Incenso, they capture the smell of a Catholic church. I was checking this fragrance out on Fragrantica, and I noticed the last 13 comments, 6 of them said that this smells like a Catholic church. So don't take my word for it. Take the Catholics that comment on Fragrantica, but it really is a beautiful fragrance. It's quite simple. Amberwood, incense, and some resins. I get about 4 hours. It's not the greatest in the world, but it is just a $25 clone. And you do get a little bit of projection. At the very least, this is one where if you've got a couple bucks burning a hole in your pocket and you want to try something interesting, this one is interesting. Fragrance number 4, this is Rochas Mustache, and this hits different in the best possible way. This is a clone of YSL's Tuxedo, and I've had this for a very long time, and I've always thought highly of it. I have not been able to go like the full Monty on this one because I haven't had that many clones, but over the last year, maybe year and a half, I'm up to 48 clones now. So I really have a lot of experience with clones, and now I can definitively say that if you factor in everything from presentation, atomizer, price, projection, longevity, and just the quality of the scent, this is the best clone on the market. There are a lot of other people that agree with me too. The guy from School of Scents, he has talked very highly about this in the past, comparing it directly to Tuxedo, not as if this was a clone. And then just yesterday, I saw Justin Copeland. He had a video with 7 fragrances that were way better than what he was expecting. This was on the list. And you know Justin, along with 6 other niche fragrances, one of which was a Xerjoff. So this one it's a $45 fragrance at the moment. If you look hard enough, you can find it. So this is in really good company. I am not the only one that knows how good a cologne this is. And so it hits different in being the best at what it does. Fragrance number 5, this is Hermes Eau de Narcisse Bleu. And gee, surprise, surprise, that there would be an Hermes on a list of fragrances that hit different. What a shocker. Like I've always said, they're the Frenchest of French houses. They do their own thing. They don't care what other people think. And this style of fragrance is so out of date and so different to what's in the norm right now. I think it's funny. So this is a very green and very fresh Eau de Cologne. Now, Eau de Colognes are not popular at the moment. Green is not popular. And I suppose fresh, you can always have a fresh fragrance. But yeah, the greenness of it, it's a narcissus, which is like a spring flower, like think daffodil, and galbanum, which is a green resin. And so it's just completely outside the box for what everyone is wearing. And yet it's perfect to wear right now because it is such a perfect spring fragrance. Another way that this one hits different is it's an Eau de Cologne. I swear I have gotten 6 hours on more than one occasion in terms of longevity with an Eau de Cologne. I have 2 other Eau de Colognes where I'm lucky if I get 2 hours. One of them I pretty much expect to get an hour. I got 6 with this. That's Hermes quality, and that's why they can do their own thing because they care about quality so much. There are always going to be people that are like, oh, I like green fragrances. Where can I go? Well, you go to Hermes, and this would be a good candidate. Number 6, this is Boss Bottle Intense Eau de Parfum. And I tried recently, and I haven't tried it in a couple of years, the original Boss bottle. And I felt like I was trying a different fragrance to this because it was so fresh compared to this. This is still fresh, but in a very deep, rich way. It's just so much more fragrance oil than everything else in the line, including Boss Bottle Intense Eau de Toilette. They really threw everything at this particular one, and the depth of it is so amazing. This is the one that you want to get. This one really has an apple pie vibe, and this one really hits different in a higher quality way. Fragrance number 7, this is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau, but we really know this one is by Quentin Bish, really. And I have 5 tropical fragrances, and of them all, this one captures by far the depth of that sweet coconut vibe, that really, truly tropical feel. Now, it does limit it in a way because it is so sweet. It can be a little confusing, I think, to wear, on a tropical situation, but really, I don't care. When you're putting on suntan lotion, it goes on rich, it goes on thick and sweet, and this one by far captures that tropical vibe more than any other. I'm going to be buying Paradise Garden very soon, and there's a lot of hype around that one, but I've heard it's more fresh. I don't know if it's going to compare with this. The weird thing about this one, the unfortunate thing, at least for me, is that even though it goes on and it smells like it's going to last forever, it kind of dissipates off my skin pretty quickly. I get about 3 hours. I'd like to get a bit more, but I'm hoping Paradise Garden fixes that. Fragrance number 8, this is By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. I touched on this one before, and this one hits different in just a very specific way for me. I have tried a number of Maison Margiela fragrances because I have a Sephora not far from where I live. And this one, in terms of performance, it is so much better than everything else in the line. It isn't funny. The replica line, this destroys it. I get 12, 13, 14 hours longevity with this. It goes on thick and strong. I just got Jazz Club recently. I get good performance at Jazz Club, even very good, like 7 hours. I've tried Under the Lemon Tree. I've tried autumn vibes, all of those, very good performance, 6 to 8 hours. But this one hits different. It's a cut above. I don't know why that is, why it's so much stronger, but it is the best-selling fragrance in the line. And yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but yeah, this one, super powerful. Anyway, a lot of hitting differently. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.